Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss the difference between the search and browse in Odoo 17. Search and browse are commonly used ORM methods which helps to return a set of records based on your requirements. So let me go to the Python file. So you can see here, this is my custom module, company management. So let me go to the Python file. And inside this Python file here, I have defined a class sale order line and I have inherited the model sale.order.line. And inside that model, I have given a custom field called name, which is a character field, and I have given the string as product name to be displayed in the UI. And down here, I have used the decorator on change for the field product ID. So as you can see that I have written a small function here. So this function would be triggered only when you change the value in the field that you have specified, that is the product ID in the UI. And here inside this function, I have given a small function here where I have defined a variable product ID and I have stored the value. I have searched for the record of the in the model product template, and here you can see that I've used the search method, that is the search ORM method, where I've given the domain to be equal to the ID of the product template ID. So if you just select this and if you just globally search by pressing Ctrl Shift F, you can see multiple examples on how to use the search method. So I have given the file mask as the Python file. So here you can see different examples on how to use search. So I have given the domain here, and here I have assigned the value for the name field as the product ID name. So I have given the product ID name here because I'll be getting the object here. So from the object, I have given the name here. So I'll just run this function. So after defining the function here, I have also given the field here in the XML file. So in the XML file, as you can see that I have inherited the model sale.order, and here I have given the XPath path here, where I have given the attribute position equal to replace. So I'm replacing the already existing field, the name field, and I'm giving the custom field in the sale order here. You can see the external ID, that is the sale.view order form, which is the form view of the sale order quotation. So after that, I'll be running the code. So after running the code, let me go to the UI and upgrade the code. And you need to make sure that you have given the XML file in the manifest. So in the manifest, as you can see, I have defined the file here. And as I've upgraded the module, let me go to the sales module here and let me open the form view here. So after opening the form view, as you can see, this is the product ID field here. Let me enable the debugging mode by changing the URL as $debug equal to 1. And as you can see, now it is in debugging mode because you can see the debug side here. And as you can see, this is the field product ID here, and let me just change the field value, and you can see the function is executed. If you just go to the Python file here, so if you just go to the Python file, you can see the print statement that you have defined in the terminal of the PyCharm. As you can see here, you can see the object here, which is from the product template, as you have searched record from the product.template. So this is how you use the search method. So search method is used to search records within the given model based on search domain that are passed as the arguments. This method accepts a search domain to check for matching conditions inside the model and returns the record. So now let us see how to use the browse method in Odoo 17. Down here, you can see that I have defined a new class called mail activity, and I have inherited the field here, that is the mail.activity. And down you can see that I have also defined a function here. First, let me go to the UI and show you the model, that is the mail.activity. So as you have enabled the debugging mode, you can see the technical section here. And down in the technical section, you can see the activities. So these are the activities here, and you can see the model name here, that is mail.activity. So this is the model mail.activity. So let me open one of the activity, and you can see the form view here. And let me go back to the Python file, and you can see that I have defined a function called getObject, and I have declared a variable. And inside the variable here, I have given the self.env, that is the self.res model. And down here, I have given the browse method, that is a browse ORM method with the self.res id. So let me go to the UI, and you can see the field here, that is the res model and the res id. So I'll just go to the debugging mode, and here you have the option to edit view form, and you can see that there are two fields here that I've defined, that is the res model and res id. And let me now go back. So as I've defined here, I've just given the field to be displayed from the UI. So if you just upgrade this model, this field will not be shown, because I have not given it in the code. I have just edited in the view from the UI. So let me go back here, and now let me just go to the external ID. To get the external ID, you need to go to the edit view form, and you can see the external ID here. So let me go to the XML file, and going to the XML file here that I have declared. So I have given an XML file called mailActivity.xml, and here I have given the external ID called mail.mailActivityViewForm, and here I have given the XPath path, that is summary, and I have given the position attribute as after. So I need to display the button that I have declared after the field summary, and I have given the function name here. So if I go to the Python file, you can see the function name that I have defined. And this is just an example on how to use the browse statement using the ID. So browse statements usually we use when we need to get a record using an ID. So you can see that I've given a print statement to print the variable object. So let me just run the service from here. So after running the service, you need to make sure you upgrade the module, because you have given the a new button. So I've already upgraded the module. So let me just go back here, and you can see the button is visible here, and I'll just click on the button to run the function that I have defined in the Python file. And if I just go back and see in the terminal, you can see the model record here, that is a project.task, and the record object here, the object has been shown here. So as you can see that the field name here, that is res ID, and you can see the model, that is project.task. So the model is shown as project.task in the terminal. So this is how you use the browse in Odoo 17. So this is just an example. This is not a practical example for the browse statement. And if you want to just search for the browse statement, you can just copy this and just globally search by pressing the Control Shift F. And you can see multiple examples on how to use the browse method, that is the browse ORM method in Odoo 17 from the add-ons. And browse methods is used to return a set of records for the IDs passed as the parameter in the current working model. This model accepts a set of IDs and returns the record sets corresponding to that ID. So this is the difference between the search and browse methods in Odoo 17. So that's all for today. Thank you.